Hi, I'm Barbara Moore, and
I'm Denise Ritchie.
Yes, and welcome to the Oak Grove podcast series on traveling and spirituality. In this episode, we're going to be talking about the adult ministry at Hinton Rural Life Center and the B.O.O.M outreach, which B.O.O.M stands for Boomers on Outreach Mission. But before we go and talk about Hinton, why don't we introduce ourselves?
Well, I'm Denise Ritchie, and I moved into the Oak Grove neighborhood in 1994, and I remarried Mark Ritchie, and he was the best stepfather that there ever could be. We grew up in Cub Scouts, Boy Scouts, Sunday school. Every year as my son moved up, so did I. Disciples classes, Christian believers, member of the REM class. And what I have started doing lately is working with both the DARE program and the B.O.O.M program. And we're going to be talking about the B.O.O.M program a lot more. I volunteer a lot. Birds, zoo, the aquarium, Kenya mission trip. That's about it for me.
Okay. I'm Barbara Moore, and I've been attending Oak Grove. At the first invitation was from Allison and Bill Berg, and that's how I came to the church. I joined Oak Grove in 2007, and since that time, I've been attending the modern worship, and I help out in that particular service a lot. I also help with the youth currently. I attend the Christian fellowship class, and I participated in the refugee ministry and also the drama ministry. And I've attended Bible studies and disciple classes. So I've gotten to be involved in the church and have found it to be the community and family that really sustains me. So let's talk about Hinton Rural Life Center. There was another person who attended this program with us last year, BJ Flowers, who wasn't able to be here with us today. So we were like the three musketeers from Oak Grove Church. And when we shared this with a class a couple of months ago, I was sort of interested to ask people how much they knew about Hinton Rural Life Center. And it was one that a lot of people didn't know, but Hinton Rural Life Center is actually a retreat mission outreach of the Southeastern Jurisdictional Conference of the United Methodist Church. They are celebrating 64 years in 2025, and it's the most lovely place. It's 30 acres in Hayesville, North Carolina. And it's a total retreat center, all in one. They have lodging, they have meditation places, they have hiking trails. They're on the lake, and so the kids and everybody can swim if they want to. There are other outdoor activities, and it's just an excellent, convenient, and lovely place to kind of break away from the everyday routine to go to a place to be closer to God. So it's really neat. And they actually started this program as a way to entice older adults to come and volunteer with the area, the county area around Hayesville.
When we got there, I was not that familiar with Hinton Learning Center, and I was really amazed because they do some incredible work in the community. It's a rural community, and there's a lot of help that's needed there. One of their big things is firewood. They have these massive pallets of firewood that they give to people because so many people, they rely on that during the winter for heat. They have feeding programs. They have special Christmas programs, especially for families. And I know the youth go for like week spells from different places, and they do a lot of what we did. The part we were involved with was a safe and housing, house assessment and home repairs, which is what the youth would do. And that's also what we did. And I'm not quite sure how it all works, but it's triaged through and they decide what can be done, who can do it, and then they set that up. So when we got there, before we went, I had a telephone call and they said, well, your group is going to put on a back porch and you're going to put a long ramp there. I was floored. That was not anything that I thought I could do. And I shared that with Barbara and BJ, and we're just all scratching our heads going, oh, well, we're going to do it. And we were paired up with two of the local people. They were incredible. They taught us. We were able to do things. We worked with a wonderful family.
Mm-hmm. The situation with family, they had one child who needed special assistance with her wheelchair. And right at the time when we got there was no way for the child to actually get in and out of the house safely. And so the family applied and they were accepted. And what's really interesting about this particular program is that the family will help with the work if they can, if they have the ability with their schedules. We had such great teachers in our leaders, and I can tell you that you don't get near Denise or BJ with a power tool because they are all over it. When we first got there and met our leader, he was like, oh, great, I got 3 women and they don't know anything. And it turns out that we got our job done in 2 days. So they sent us off to a third project. And when we arrived that morning, one of the people said, oh, the A-team is here. We just kind of laughed. We were like, okay. Sure enough, we got it all done that day. And it was really a good feeling because it was a way for us to be a part of doing God's work through our own hands. And I just found it to be not only peaceful and spiritual. We had devotions in the morning, and then we typically had a service at night. And we actually replicated what the youth had all summer. And they even made us dance. Oh my goodness. That was, there's a video of that, and that's not pretty. But it's one of those things where it has stayed with me since the time I was there. And it really was like lightning in a bottle. It was so special. And we got to meet people from all over the Southeast who came up there. And there were other volunteers that were staff people for the summer, and they were really wonderful as well. So it was a great experience to help others in a way that I didn't think I could. And I
agree with that, definitely.
Yeah.
And the chapel was beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
The food was really good. The beds were comfortable.
Oh, yeah. Accommodations, we were really happy about this, being old people. We were excited to have our own rooms. And that worked out well. But it was just seamless the way they did it. And I had heard Karen from the Hinton Rural Life Center speak in our Sunday school class. And so that gave me an interest in it. And then when the opportunity came up through the news, Oak Grove News, I said, oh, I think I want to do that because this sounded so neat from what Karen said. And then when we met Reverend Dawn, it was just lovely. And I would just encourage anyone, if they're considering doing this, to say yes, because it was really fun to meet other people. And they were all kind of our boomer age, look like us. And they were just genuinely nice and generous with their time. And
it was a good bonding experience.
Yes.
And no matter what your talents are, which I did not think I had any for what they needed.
Great. She was great. So was BJ.
It worked. And the bond between, I never would have met Barbara probably, or BJ. Mm-hmm. And still a year later, it's like, oh, hey, how are you? Yeah. Give me a hug. It's an incredible experience. I hope everybody can get a chance to go.
It is totally wonderful. And for me, it was life-changing because it made me have more confidence in stepping out in something that I didn't know I could do. And I'm looking forward to going back this year.
So am I.
And I know BJ is going to, I think. Yeah, I remember just having like 2 pairs of clothes every day. One work clothes, one set of work clothes, and then, go home, go back and shower, and then, change. And we'd have our evening devotion, and we'd also have different, forms of entertainment. One night we had the Appalachian Cultural Center, and they presented dances, and that's when we had to get up and dance. not pretty. And then we also had a poverty rural exercise. And that was very interesting. Having grown up in West Virginia, there were questions that were raised that were probably more familiar to me than some of the other folks. And yet they also let us, engage with the competitions between the groups. And just so you know, we won. So not that we're competitive or anything, but we won.
Just some fun things.
Yeah, they were. They were
trivia.
fun. The theme of the week was treasures, and talking about what we treasure and what we find important in our lives. And coming away from that made me realize it's about community, and it's about caring for people and just doing the best we can.
Everybody needs help at some point in time.
Yes.
And if we can give it, that's what we're meant to do.
Well, I actually did drive through East Georgia a couple of weeks ago, and thinking about some of the houses that I saw on the road, and wondering, could those people use the same kind of assistance that Hinton Rural Life Center gives to their area? I think they cover actually about 4 or 5 counties, but it makes me realize how blessed we are, and that people are grateful and encourage others to help. And that's a great feeling. And to know that, I helped build that. And yet thinking, okay, what about closer to home? The closest I can think about from here is that when we do work on Martin Luther King Service Day, and I've done that several years, and I always think that that's nice to help here in the local community. And I know we have perhaps some senior adults, even in our church, who aren't able to come, that, perhaps we could help with them, at some point. But it's an eye-opening experience to see how people have needs, and that this particular program, the Safe and Healthy Housing Assessment Program, is able to address that. And it would be wonderful to have something like that, in closer to home. One aspect of just being more aware of houses. And when I see a house driving through rural Georgia, and I see a ramp, a wheelchair accessibility ramp, then I think, oh yeah, someone helped them.
I think this program, the Being in the B.O.O.M, that ministry program that we did, also helped, because both of us were certified for the early disaster training. And that was another way to kind of pitch in. It's like, yes, Hinton, it was a little easier, I think, to see that a lot of help was needed. Whereas here, I've gone to Augusta a couple of times with a long term, and there's still over 200 homes that are waiting for the DARE program to go and take care of. It's easy to get blocked into our little bubble, and it's, the B.O.O.M was great to step out of it and go, oh my gosh, we are so blessed.
Yeah.
And we need to help when we can. I mean, love your neighbor, help your neighbor, and that's what we should be doing. So how can you get involved? I would really encourage everybody to think about it, because I'll be honest, when I first found out what it really entailed, I was definitely very hesitant. But it was a great experience. I learned a lot, and I was able to help. And there is something that everybody can do. So you can get involved in this mission by attending. There is August the 27th will be a information session. And if you have any other questions, the church bulletin has it. The trip dates are September the 28th through October the 3rd. And the cost is $450, but that is lodging, meals, devotions. You get transportation to and from the work site. I mean, everything is included in that.
It would be great if we could have 2 teams from Oak Grove to go. And I will say that it will be a positive experience in your life, and I would encourage you to think seriously about it and check your calendars. And it's very comfortable, it's very meaningful, and you will be the hands and feet of God working with others.
Thanks for being here for the podcast today. We look forward to seeing you on the next one. Bye.
Bye.